Okay, this morning I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do a simple wet wrap with short hair. This process that I use, this technique, it's pretty much my method that I picked up along the way of watching other master stylists, and then I incorporated my own. Depending upon what type of style that my client prefers, it depends on where I'm going to do my separation from the front to the back, or you could say from the top to the back. So at this point, Miss B has a lot of length on the top of her hair. So we could do something like a faux hawk if I wanted to. We could do something that could be sleek and smooth to the side. Actually, I need to ask Miss B what would she prefer today as far as her styling. What was that?
I don't know.
Okay. She's giving me reins to do my own thing. If you could come closer, I want you to see the back. The importance of a wet wrap is to make sure that the hair is smooth, regardless of if they had a retouch or not. The whole point is to have the hair smooth. Now, I use a foaming lotion that is soft, so it doesn't harden. I'll advertise their product on another session. Okay. However, I like, as I was telling my assistant, no matter what I do when it comes down to molding or relaxing, when it's the shorter part of the hair, because it has to be very sleek and smooth, I like to use the back of a rat tail comb. The rat tail comb, I prefer the teeth to be close together in a sense because it helps to taunt on the hair, which is tightness, and it helps to keep it closed. Okay? So I'm going to press on it behind the comb as well. So it's a motion that I use. I'm using comb, back of comb, and then my finger as well to go down in a smoothing motion. Now, as we all know with short haircuts, we are not able to press or anything else like that. So I like it to be as smooth as possible so that there's no crunching or anything being disturbed for when I go in with my curling tools. Some people use a break in a part on the side. If the client doesn't like the part to be there on the styling process, then it's best not to mold with the part at all. I'll do the back, and then I'll go and do the sides. I like to smooth the side over here on the opposite side of her hair where most of her weight is going to lay, because if I just wet wrapped it and did all that on top, there's a lot of crunchiness that's going to go in. Like I said, my point is to make sure that everything is smooth. So I take it section for section, and I smooth it. And the amount of foaming lotion that I have applied to her hair will be enough for me to do the whole molding process. Because what I'll do when I smooth it and it gets on my hands, I just lay it right back on there from the comb. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed and do what I normally do. Once you get your own rhythm and style, you'll be able to go ahead and be fast. And there's no breakage or pulling that a lot of people are curious of on the comb because the teeth are so close together. So there's no snapping because she has some elasticity, which is stretch and return. So I don't do my relaxers bone straight. I do them smooth, but not bone straight, because I do need some integrity for her hair to get back in its natural state. Bone straight will cause for the hair to snap regardless if you're using heat, regardless of what styling tool you're using. It will snap if there's not enough moisture on it. So, this is my technique of wet wrapping. Again, I separate the front to the back. If I was going to use it like a bang part, a little closer, I would have sat my comb on her head like this, and I would have used this part right here that's lifted up as the part that I would have separated to the back. But because she has more weight and length, I could style going upward or wounding in a curling formation. So I started back here pretty much at a degree where it sticks straight up. So I'll get back with you guys when it's time for the styling. Chat with you later. Okay, I use wrapping strips. Some people use a mesh wrapping scarf where it's just elastic on the front. but I use the wrapping strips. I'm taunting the hair. You see how it's getting tight in the back and you can see the wetness? I'm going in a direction, overlapping, and I do need client participation on this one, which my clients know it's only about a 1 to 2 finger. I go back in the nape area, need to get back here, to cover the hair down here. Because if you don't, it will be crunchy. If Miss Barbara, yeah, it's okay. If Miss Barbara had longer hair, then I wouldn't even wrap this low. But because her hair is sleek all the way down and it's faded, we fade her, I want that to lay smooth too. So that's 2 wrap strips. Then I go in the middle of the head, and I use a twisting motion. I don't tie a knot, I just twist. I twist tight, and I twist off to the side away from her face, and she's wrapped. So that's 3 wrapping strips. Depending upon if Miss Barbara had a lot of new growth, then what I would use is, if Miss Barbara had a lot of new growth, what I would use is I would go from ear to ear to apply pressure down to make sure that it's molded tautly. Taunt, which is tight. So this is my wrapping formation, and check you later. Okay, this is the aftermath once I've molded and her hair has been dried under the dryer. See how smooth it is? Cuticles are closed, and there's a shine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the hair and begin to style. Give her a nice line up. I'm going to razor down some of the nape area back here where the weight is heavy, grown in here. And I'll catch you guys later. Okay, this is Miss Barbara's final look. As far as the molding, the curls, you see that there's no part on the side, the separation. And we have all of it. Her final look. Bam. Styles by Shanae, SBS Hair Studio. We out.